From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, we join the Hobie team for a kayak fishing adventure in an exotic island, Baja California, Mexico. Then we tag along with Wade Middleton for a quick fishing trip on Lake Travis in Central Texas. But first, we start off in Arkansas at Lake Dardanelle at the 2017 Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Open, presented by Abu Garcia. It's one of the premier events in the Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. After a whole week of spring-like conditions and the fish in all stages of the spawn, Lake Dardanelle was hit with heavy rains, but this is one of the favorite stops on the Cabela's Collegiate Series, and anglers weren't about to shut it down over a bit of weather.
Love the place. It doesn't get any better, I don't think.
It's a fun lake to fish, man. It's pretty diverse. There's lots of different ways to catch them. You can fish shallow, fish deep.
It's pretty much a shallow water fisherman's paradise, I'd say. There's plenty of grass, plenty of wood. If you want to flip, this is the place to do it.
While prizes are being awarded this weekend, this tournament is all about pride and points. The race for the Cabela's School of the Year, presented by Abu Garcia, is in full swing. And coming into this event, Bryan College is on top of the pack by a slim margin.
Our college has never been ranked number one in anything. And we tried really hard this year to get to this point. Our lowest finish so far is an 8th place finish. We got a top 10 in every tournament, so it's been a record year really. And it's been awesome. Hopefully we can keep the foot on the pedal and finish it.
We've got 51 schools on hand this weekend. This is a team format event with 2 boats per team. Each boat is looking for their heaviest 3-fish limit. The cumulative total will determine the winner. And in a different spin on tournament fishing, unlike most events, on-the-water communication between teams is allowed.
With them. Well, it's one. You'll keep, not a giant, but it's icebreaker. Should bump easily. Big one, good one. Solid. Yeah. In the boat. Good catch. Not huge. It's 2. Well, I'll take the right side. Well, I guess. Hey, we got a net. 2. There you go.
Little one, second one of the day.
Where you at? Go this side.
Golly.
Not a very big one, but we'll take it.
We can't get past the little ones.
Day 1 of the 2017 Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Open is in the books. Now it's time to head to the scales.
The cold front kind of messed up our strategy a little bit, so we had to do some readjusting out there. We didn't have our best day, but it wasn't bad. We've had way worse.
The big story on day 1 belonged to Murray State University, dominating the field, locking up the top 3 spots with 24.69, 26.71, and 27.19 respectively. Brock Spencer and Chris Armstrong led the charge with a 3-fish limit pushing the scales to nearly 17 pounds.
I boat flipped both those big ones. I didn't realize quite how big they were. I still thought they were 5-pounders till I weighed them in. But, and then, yeah, just crazy, 17 pounds and 3 fish. That's nuts.
Here's a look at the Cabela's leaderboard at the end of day 1. Murray State is in control.
It's a real big tournament. It's a really well put on tournament. We love fishing all these Boat US tournaments, and it's great fishing for Murray State, one of the best schools in the country, and we just want to go out and do well and represent the front of the jersey well.
You know, it's something I thought I'd never see. You know, Murray State, 1, 2, 3, it's kind of surreal, you know. You don't see this very often, and we're just fortunate enough to be in this position.
Hey, if you've got a good shot from the Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Series, post it up to Instagram or Facebook. Hashtag We Are Collegiate Bass. Share the love of Collegiate Bass.
It's in our stomping grounds and our playground. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him, it was in them, and it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
Gill that I've used for the last 5 years has been a far superior product than anything else on the market.
The main thing that's really important to me is me being dry. I've been wearing gill suits now for 3 years and never once have I gotten wet.
Engineered to excel, the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series are built for the ultimate ownership experience. It's a commitment to excellence packed with real-world advantages and exclusive features. Experience the accelerated performance standards of the legendary Ranger Z series. From first light to last cast, they're put together to set you apart. Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
At Yamaha, reliability is a family tradition. Meet the next generation. 4 new advanced technology-inspired inline 4-cylinder performers. Bred from the reliability and boater satisfaction that is part of Yamaha's DNA. They prove that when power gets lighter, faster, stronger, and smarter, boating gets even better. And more satisfying for boaters like you.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar's just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic ice. Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here. Welcome back to Dardanelle State Park for the final day of the 2017 Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Open. Well, we've got 129 boats on the water this morning for a total of 78 teams representing 51 collegiate campuses. We're looking at post-frontal conditions on day 2. We'll see a high in the mid-70s with bluebird skies and a light wind out of the south.
No. Little one. That'll work. Number 1.
Hold on. That's what we need.
God. That's a little bit better one there.
Oh, heck yeah. I didn't even know you had one on. There we go. We broke the ice. We're a long way from where we need to be.
Oh,
It's a
yeah,
start.
sure.
Yes.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, came off.
Hey, that's 2.
There it is. There we go, baby.
You break my poles while you were at it?
No, they're good.
Thanks for.
I got the fish.
He choked it.
Big one. Big.
It's been 2 days of tough fishing for these collegiate anglers. Changing conditions each of the last 4 days has kept the field guessing. Looking to hold on to the lead in the Cabela's School of the Year standings presented by Abu Garcia, Bryan College managed a 13th place finish with a 2-day total weight of 33.27. Your day one leaders from Murray State had a rough day. After a jaw-dropping day one weight of 27.19, they struggled on day two, bringing in a combined weight of just 7.15 and falling down to 10th place overall.
Tennessee Tech University.
The Golden Eagles from Tennessee Tech represented this weekend, with Jesse Garin and Daniel Holt finishing the week in third with 38.88. Hunter Mills and Hunter McKinley were part of the Murray State Flurry on day one, ending the day in second.
These fish today are going to weigh 1140. With yesterday's, it's 38.11. Y'all are in second place.
LSU Dakota Sparks and Levi Sharp are up next. They started the day in fifth. They're stepping up to the scales with another limit.
This is going to be 12.98 for a total of 33.90. That is a good quality string of fish.
Up next for the Tigers is Matt Glad and Owen Richard.
902 to add to it. 42.92 new leaders. Get those fish out and show them to the crowd. New leaders. Way to go, anglers. Yes, sir.
With just one bag left to weigh, here's Murray State's Mike Lowry and Brian Cox.
All right, from Murray State University, we've got Mike and Brian. Y'all come on up. They had 38.11 with this four-man team yesterday. All they need is 481 to take over the lead. Right now, you're in fifth place. Look, he's wanting to lift up on it. 981, new leaders, new winners, 47.92. Smile at them. That's a way to go.
After 2 days of challenging conditions, Murray State comes out on top with a commanding 5-pound lead over the rest of the field. For their efforts, the 2017 champs will take home $1,600 in Cabela's gift cards. They'll each get a pair of Costa sunglasses, a rod from Temple Fork, and gear from Buff Headwear. Looking at the Cabela's School of the Year standings presented by Abu Garcia, there were a couple of shifts in the top 10, but Bryan College maintained their lead, heading into the final stretch of the season. A big thanks go out to the city of Russellville. Hey, if you're planning a trip to the Arkansas River Valley, you'll find everything you need to know at discoverrussellville.org.
We have this fabulous lake, wonderful mountains, so you can kind of come, and we have 4 state parks within a 30-mile radius. We have all kinds of outdoors, from kayaking and canoeing and all kinds of wonderful things to do. So it's really a place that you can come and enjoy. Love raising kids here. It's just a really good town.
And that's a wrap for the 2017 Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Open. For information, visit collegiatebasschampionship.com. Well, coming up, we're heading to Baja California, Mexico, to join with Hobie Fishing Team in Cedros Island.
From the makers of Bubba Blade comes the Bubba Blade Fishing Pliers. No matter where you're headed to fish, this tool will become an integral part of your tackle box for many years to come. They feature our patented no-slip grip handles, just like our Bubba Blade knives, ensuring that this tool will stay firmly anchored in your hand. In addition to the handles, these pliers feature a super tough cobalt cutter and convenient split shot and leader sleeve crimping cutouts. The ultimate in control, strength, and durability. Bubba Blade.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
There's two things between an angler and the fish, the sun and the bugs. Sawyer's line of sunscreens and bug sprays keep you focused on the fish. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen formula bonds with your skin for a more comfortable and better level protection. And picaridin insect repellent will only harm the bugs, never your fishing gear. Also, Sawyer permethrin repels and kills on contact over 55 species of insects. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Sunline, the strength to guarantee your confidence. Arctic Ice, we put the cool in coolers. And by Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Our destination this week has its own unique landscape and plenty of fish. The Hobie team is fishing in Cedros Island, Baja California, Mexico. Keaton took a short flight from Texas to San Diego to join with Morgan. Then they meet up with Jeff Mariani from Cedros Kayak Fishing and begin their journey. They start crossing the U.S.-Mexico border at San Isidro and drive to the city of Ensenada.
And caught a nice little plane, smallest plane I've ever been on, but probably the nicest small plane.
Flying into this place is one of the most fun flights you can go on. So you hop on about a 15-seater plane, and it's an hour and 45-minute flight. And the entire time I'm, looking out the window trying to spot schools of tuna or see a whale or something interesting like that. And then once you start getting closer to the island, the views are just breathtaking. You can see the coastline, the water's absolutely beautiful, and you almost have this like barren desert wasteland meeting the ocean. It's really cool contrast. So this is my 3rd time back to Cedros. Yep, I just can't get enough. Oh, yeah! My first couple of trips, we got into some really big thresher sharks. Still haven't got a really big yellowtail, so that's one of the fish that I'm really hoping to catch on this trip. And the elusive broomtail grouper. Jeff actually holds the all-tackle world record.
So the fish weighed in at 108.9 pounds. It was 65 inches long and 44 3/4 inches round. IGFA has recognized it as the new all-tackle world record for broomtail grouper. Nice fish.
Or it's a halibut.
Yeah.
It's a halibut.
Dinner, dinner, dinner.
Dinner. Actually, it's my first halibut. How about that?
Nice.
Out of the rocks. We've been tearing up these calicos on this bait. Beautiful, beautiful. Get this back in the water.
Scratch. Oh, that felt good. This Mirage Drive 180 is really key around these little boiler rocks like that. You can just kind of back out when you're getting a little close. And we got a big side wind pushing us down here, and then you got swell coming in. So really having this Mirage Drive 180 is key to controlling yourself and being able to make those right kind of casts. Here's our first calico on the warbait head. Oh, that's a heavy fish. Look at that fish. Yeah! That is a calico bass. That's what we came for, you guys. Wow. That fish will go 8 pounds. Woo! They're just so strong, so much muscle.
What's cool about this is you're pausing it, and then they literally yank the rod out of your hand. These fish fight. Believe it or not, I'm gonna say they fight better than a largemouth bass. Yep, I said it. There you go.
Wow. Yeah, it's a halibut, it's a halibut. Got him. They go a little bit crazy. It's not as big as Keaton's, but I'll take him. There's another one. There he is. 3 halibut in 4 casts. Can't complain about that.
We're definitely looking forward to coming back and chasing those big yellows, maybe some other big species that find their way around. The people here are fun, friendly, the atmosphere is great, and you're here to fish. And that's what everyone does here. It's a fishing island, fishing village. Cool place to be.
Well, coming up, Wade Middleton makes a quick stop at Lake Travis in Central Texas. Hobie Kayaks provide the ultimate lightweight fishing platforms that will offer anyone what they want when it comes time to hit the water. Hobie Kayak's commitment to innovation, quality, and owner satisfaction is unparalleled in the industry. So when it's time for you to go kayaking, remember there's only one name to remember, and that's Hobie Kayak.
What I love about the Bradley smoker is that it cooks everything perfectly and it holds all the juices in.
So today we are going to be smoking some barbecue ribs, some venison sausage, and some dove, which is awesome.
You will never grill me doves again. I have to have them in the Bradley smoker. I would prefer to use the Bradley smoker every time I cooked. Well, that's really true because I love this thing. Okay. No lie. For more recipes, log on to bradleysmoker.com.
When I talk about Sunline, I think of one word: confidence.
Sunline FX2 is what I use for all of my frogging and flipping.
S61 braid, which braid plays a big part in fishing line.
Shooter, I'm going to use in those close quarter deals like flipping and pitching.
One of my favorite techniques in fishing the tournament trail is to fish offshore ledges.
We have taken the questions out of the equation.
Take my word for it. It works. It works, dude.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, has been brought to you by Gill, respect the elements. Big Bite Bait, designed to bring the big bite to your line. And by Sawyer Products. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. Well, today Wade Middleton drives up to Austin, Texas, and makes a quick stop at Lake Travis for some spring bass fishing.
Golly, that's a good one. Golly. I'd say that's a pretty good start to the day right there. You know, that's just, I really had no preconceived notions, and I've tried to begin to fish more and more like that, where I'd ease along and see what I can go find, and I saw all those birds, and I mean, where there's birds, there's gonna be a bunch of bait. I'd say that's a pretty good start to the day right there. Come here, buddy. Well, these fish are fat, healthy, look good right up here. I mean, we're right, you can see the herons and the egrets all taking off right there behind us, which kind of clued us into that flat. So like right now, you can see like I'm shooting out 70 feet and there's not a lot out in front of me. You can see the bank as it comes up. So if I go this way, you can tell that wherever that arrow is, there's another bush 50 feet in front of us that we can't see. That's not on You know, it's not above the ground, but you can see the gradual slope coming up. And I think that's a big thing about fishing, is having the confidence that there's something there. You know, when you start getting that nagging doubt and you're struggling and you can't get a bite, you might as well move or change baits or do something different, because you're probably not fishing as effective as you need to be. And after all the bites I've had flipping down through this area, I've got confidence in my mind that every time I pitched a piece of cover right now, I should get a bite. And that confidence is just such a huge deal when it comes to fishing soft plastics, or any bait for that matter. Quick draw contours, one of the Garmin features, is so revolutionary in my opinion, to be able to go out to those bodies of water and either add to an existing map or create your own. You know, there's hundreds of thousands of lakes across the nation that are small. Maybe it's a farm pond, maybe it's a water reservoir for storage for a city, or maybe the lake was too low when the mapping team went there that you can go out and add to maps. And it's so simple, it's just a few touches of a button and you're creating your own map that's yours to use. And therefore you may find some sneaky spots that nobody else even knows about. There he is. Right on there. Come here, buddy. Boy, did that not make sense for a bass to be there. Long willow going into the pocket. He choked on it. Good bass right there. Took off. That old fighting frog, something has whacked on his tail. Almost looks like something tried to fillet him down there on the back end of it. I'll let you go back. You know, soft plastics, as we talked about throughout this show, are just a phenomenal way to get a lot of bites. You know, and depending on the sizes of soft plastics, you can throw 2-inch soft plastics all the way up to 10, 12, 13 inchers, depending on the style, the bait configuration, and what you're looking to be, you know, using them for. For me, it's all about bites. It always has been at this point of what I like to do. So I know that I can tie on a soft plastic bait in that 3 to 4 inch range and go to about any lake in the nation and catch fish. I think it's the same one. Holy cow, check this out. Just the cast before, I lost my bait. Look in his mouth right there. Just a few casts before, I mean, I literally had lost my bait, and he has it in his mouth right there. I got my bait back and I got you, proved who was better. That's pretty awesome.
Hey, don't forget to visit us at AmericanaOutdoors.com for in-depth stories from the fields. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.